shit up.
Talking about?
Bro, this is what the I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Pregnancy test?
Yeah, stop playing with me, because you know I got a vasectomy. I can't even have no kids. I have a whole vasectomy.
You do know after a certain period of time, it can happen again.
Please, gentlemen, listen to me when I say this. Do not let your emotions get you so off-kiltered that you do something irresponsible or take actions that you may regret. Is getting pregnant after vasectomy possible? Most reports indicate that following a vasectomy, a couple has less than a 1% chance of getting pregnant. In cases like this, if there's even at least a possibility, I will go straight to the doctor and have them check my sperm count. And if it's anything above 0, then there is a possibility. Then I would wait until the birth happens and get a DNA test immediately. So I would just wait till after if my count was anything above.
Let me just stay with this for a second. There's a child born. The man impregnated the woman bore the child for 9 months, carried the child for 9 months. Now the child is born. The woman says, I don't want to pay for that child. I don't want to spend time with that child. I've got to get on with my college, with my life, or something else. I'm not ready to have a child, and so I'm giving it up for adoption. Is a woman allowed to say that?
Yes.
Even though there's a child in the world saying, I don't want responsibility.
Not be responsible.
If a woman can say, I don't want responsibility, is a man allowed to say, I don't want responsibility?
I think not if the woman is keeping responsibility for the child. Then I think the man has to have some responsibility, minimally.
Pardon me.
Why don't you wait till I'm finished?
Your sexism is showing.
Then I think
Sexism is showing.
Modern women today will scream from the mountaintops, my body, my choice, yet ignore men when they say, my wallet, my choice.
Today we'll talk about the erotic marketplace and how women are increasingly being excluded from it as they lose access to men. As more things like lover bots, adult content, Mgtow, and other things increase, they become feminists and punish men for not paying attention to them. Women will become increasingly unhappy, less desired by beta males, and regardless of what people say, will have a smaller pool of men to use as emotional tampons. They will be even more unhappy as they are forced to work and earn their own shekels. As a result of running on the independent woman treadmill to build and maintain their careers, they will be unable to find a man with whom to have children, adding to their misery. Because the only time I've seen women happy is when a baby is brought into the room, their eyes light up and their bad mood vanishes. But if no one wants a woman, she becomes angrier and fatter to cope with the lack of options in life. She looks at her salary and thinks to herself, if only I was making more money, I could actually afford my lifestyle and become a single mother. I believe that the real reason women are pushing for the gender pay gap to be eliminated and for women to earn more money is that they subconsciously know they can't have children because they require more resources. They see many men not marrying and making money at the same time and believe there must be a way to steal that money from them. Money that the government hasn't already taken, but they're dreaming. Women expect men to make sacrifices regardless of the circumstances. I don't think feminists predicted that men would go their own way and leave them as high and dry as a beachland whale. They can't also blame themselves for the creation of men who go their own way, because women can't take agency and responsibility for their actions. So they look to people like myself or other Mgtow content producers to blame for what's happening to them. The first of 4 or 5 factors that are increasingly making women unappealing to men is weight, which is self-explanatory. Sure, many women get action even when they're large, especially if they have a nice face and are properly proportioned well into the region. But once they pass the wall between the ages of 30 and 40, they get dumped because they now have 2 adverse things against them, obesity and age. It's easy to see why such women, the ugly, overweight ones, become feminists in their mid to late 20s. Feminism has convinced them that everything is men's fault because of patriarchy, despite the fact that many of them are professors with 6-figure salaries, but they don't have a baby, no man, and no one to basically share their life with as they get older. That is when a woman's greatest fears come true, so if no one wants her, she will become bitter and teach her students about how bad men are, because she wants younger and more attractive women who still have a chance to marry and have a family, to suffer the same fate. It all comes down to envy. Many guys appear to be content being chubby chasers of attractive women when they're younger, but they don't account for the stretch that comes with age. With the addition of age and the risk of angina, her health problems begin to multiply. It's like hell on earth if such a woman has a bad attitude or becomes passive-aggressive. Why would any man want that, especially if she treats you like dirt, mocks you, and exploits you? When women realize that no one wants them, their only power is to band together and petition and nag the government to give them goodies through taxation. There aren't enough options for women these days, They'd be better off getting married when they were 20, skinny, relatively attractive, and far less emotionally damaged. They are now looking for someone to blame, and since women cannot be blamed, this only leaves men in the patriarchy. It's as if they're blaming the devil for their problems rather than looking in the extra-large mirror to see who the real culprit is. Fat acceptance culture has brainwashed the leftover women that no one wants because they waited too long and focused on the wrong things in life. Talk about feminism, Beyonce, and the independent woman. Women are being taught one version of reality that does not correspond to what is actually happening in the real world. It demonstrates how delusory even successful women who are thin, have a pretty face, and have status can be when it comes to their expectations. No matter how well a woman takes care of herself, age will eventually catch up with her, she will shrivel up, and no one will want her anymore. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.